So today we are going to be working with Savvy Minerals, the mineral makeup, which we love so much, and going over how to do foundation, blush, and a highlight. So here we go.
Maybe a little contour.
I mean, maybe.
Hey, getting a little crazy. Okay, so I'm going to take, this is actually the contour brush that you can use for the foundation. These brushes, like I said earlier, are a lot interchangeable. You can use one brush for a lot of different things, which is what you want.
Because I love these brushes.
Yeah.
They're like so high quality.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And they feel like $1 million. Yeah. They feel like a $75 brush when the whole pack is like what, 90 I think. Yeah. So it's amazing. Yeah. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we'll start with the setting spray. We're going to just dampen our brush a little bit. We don't need a ton.
So you will always spray the setting spray on the brush, and that's not something you put on your face?
Well, you can do both. Okay. We're going for a real light, natural foundation, so we're just gonna do a real light mist on the brush today. Okay. So what we do is we take our foundation, and this is Miss Brooks color, and this foundation comes in, I believe it's 9-10 colors. Okay. So you can really mix and match. Okay. Like I'm only using one color today for demonstration purposes, but you really can.
You can layer, get your color you really want.
Oh yeah, and as the season goes on, you probably will need more than one color because no one is the perfect, cool one or cool two. Everybody's kind of a blend of both. So
there's tanning, there's all you're getting.
Exactly. I mean, you go on vacation and you get a little sun in Mexico. What are you gonna do? You need a little bit darker color. Okay. So basically, what your misting spray is going to do is it's going to help to adhere the foundation onto your brush. And what I like to do is just kind of dab, dab, dab like this. And then we're going to take it, and I like to do a swirling kind of circular motion. I feel like this really buffs the skin and kind of applies the foundation in a nice, even way. I hope everyone can see that because it looks so, so pretty. Whoop. And so that's a prime example of what you don't want to happen because you didn't use enough misting spray. So that's good. This is how we learn, right? So you take your brush, make sure it's just a little bit misted, and then we're going to take it and swirl. And with this foundation, you can take it right up underneath the eye. You can use it for a concealer. You can take this foundation, you can mix it with one of your Young Living creams to make a sort of tinted moisturizer. It mixes beautifully with that. Or you can just put it on like we're doing now.
And you can layer, like if you wanted more coverage, you would just keep layering, right?
That's right. Okay. If you want more coverage, you just keep going. That's called a buildable coverage. So it means you start off light and you can build, build, build. And you can see just how beautifully this goes on. It is just feather light. It is like a beautiful veil to the skin that just provides a little bit of coverage, but still lets your natural skin come through. And I think that's beautiful. Mm-hmm. And I think it's a beautiful finish. You can see just by that little bit how gorgeous that looks. It just looks so nice, natural, but yet there is a little bit of coverage. There is enough coverage that you feel like you have makeup on. But for those, I like a heavier coverage, so I would let this kind of set for a sec, and then I'd go back and I'd do it again. Okay. But with you, your skin looks beautiful like this. I'm gonna take just a little, I'm gonna spray one more time, and I'm gonna take our powder. And by the way, this is Cool 3, which I think is actually a really nice color for you, Brooke. I think it's working really well. So I'm just gonna take a little bit, as you can see on my brush, and she's gonna look up, and we're just gonna kind of sweep it underneath the eye to create just a little bit of a concealer effect, I would say. So if you have darker circles and you needed that, I would take a lighter color, mix it with that cream, and that's a whole nother video. So we'll do that, that's next time. But that's a whole other thing where you can actually create your own liquid foundation and liquid concealer with using these products and using all of our Young Living products. You can use it to do that. So now we did that. So we did this beautiful kind of even out the skin veil, as I would say. And then we're gonna take our bronzer contour blush brush, multi-use brush, and we're going to, I'm not gonna spray this one because I want this to be just real light. I don't want, if you spray, for me, when I'm using the misting spray, if I'm using it on the bronzers and the blushes, it's gonna make it a little bit darker, a little bit deeper color, but I like this color perfect for you, so you kind of have to know which way you're going with it. So okay, I'm gonna take this, we're gonna kind of just go along the cheekbone here to create a little bit of a contour. And you just kind of go below the cheekbone, like right in here, because that's where you're trying to create that dimension and that contour. And I kind of like to do a little bit above the eyebrow just to create a little bit of depth of color down. And I always like to do a little neck, the poor neck, always neglected. Okay, now I'm just gonna kind of dust off my brush and I'm just gonna pop a little bit. Oh, so I'm sorry, for this is actually a blush in the Passionate, but it's a beautiful bronzer color, I think. It's just really nice and light. There are 2 other bronzer colors, which I like a lot, and these are flat colors, meaning they don't have shimmer in them, so that's nice. Okay, so now we're gonna do a little bit of blush, and I'm just going to tap my brush lightly, and you kind of just tap off the excess, so that way it's not flying everywhere. And that way you're just applying a real nice light blush. And you want to apply right on the apple and then sweep up. So apple, sweep up. Just like so. And I like to go boop.
So what would we use for highlights to highlight?
Okay, so what we'd use for highlight is we have, well, I'm gonna go over a few different techniques of highlight. Okay, so
it's like contour highlight, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I'm gonna do a little bit of the Diamond Veil, and that's kind of like your all over highlight, just to kind of give your face that
shimmer.
Luminous, that not necessarily shimmer, but like just luminosity. Okay. So you want your face to look dewy and pretty, yeah, and not like so matted down. Okay, so we just put a very, very little bit of this diamond dust, and we're just gonna kind of take it all over, and we can kind of go here. I like to make a little C around the eye, down, and you can see this just kind of plays off the light and just gives a very, very lovely luminosity. Okay, so now we're gonna do a little highlight around the eye, and I'm gonna go back to our diamond dust, or not diamond,
Wonder Dust.
Wonder Dust.
Yeah.
Too many dusts. Okay, so I'm gonna actually get this just a little bit wet. Just one little spray, little wave. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna go up and highlight her arch of her eyebrow and over, and then kind of come into this corner. Now this will help with the light to bounce off, and it kind of just brightens the whole eye, kind of brightens that whole area. So again, underneath, sweep down. And it just gives a really, really nice, bright, light highlight to the eye, so you're kind of just right on that bone. Pretty. Just make sure we're all swept in. Look how gorgeous, everyone.
Awesome, thanks, Laura.
You're welcome.